Abraham Lincoln Brigade, I mean, premature anti-fascists. We were post-mature anti-fascists in Veterans for Peace. Most of us went and served in the U.S. military or other militaries in some cases, and didn't really speak out until we had already done damage. But the Abraham Lincoln Brigade were just the most heroic people in American history, really, that they went and their internationalism was expressed in going somewhere and trying to stop the creation of fascism was just an extraordinary thing, and VFP owes that to them, that it can be done.
When I was 4, best friend of our family, who was a pacifist, my parents were communists, but he was a pacifist. He went to Spain and became an ambulance driver. The main story that he came back with was the big job was to scrape the Red Cross off the ambulances because the fascists would use it for target practice, even if there were wounded fascists in the wagon, because he'd pick up anybody who was wounded. There was no discrimination once they were shot, and so he was a real hero.
The best thing about today was to see that the spirit that motivated people to fight in Spain is still alive, and I'm so glad to see that. And on a personal note, because I got up and I mentioned my father's name, he was a vet in the Tolman Battalion. It's wonderful to know that he is still remembered. Thank you.
The vets did wonderful work for Nicaragua during the Nicaraguan fighting of the Contra War, sending ambulances to Nicaragua.
And for years they funded the Pablo Soler Pediatric Hospital in Havana, which is a wing of a larger hospital whose name I don't know. But for years, every year, every event, some of that fundraising went directly to Cuba, always. Medicine. Yeah.
They were a remarkable group of women: Ruth Davidow, Leni DeVries, Frederica Martin, Becky Durham, Toby Jensky, whose picture is over there. And they stayed friends their entire lives. There was a bond between them. And I think as history is written, many of them did very unique things. Ruth Davidow, who was from here, was in fact at Alcatraz when the Native Americans took Alcatraz. My mother worked with the people in the farm labor camps in Corvallis. She went to Germany after the war and helped people with joint coming out of the camps. She worked as a public health nurse in Ecuador. She worked in an ILGWU clinic. And I think, others, their stories are known. Frederica Martin, who worked with in the Aleutian Islands, and Leni DeVries on a donkey through Mexico, helping people who wound up in exile in Cuernavaca. They were a very, very unique group of women who didn't always get their due. And so it's nice to see some of them on this monument here and to have their lives and history live on.
So when I see these efforts to keep the memory alive of the people who fought for our freedom, so it makes me so emotional, because I've never seen this in Spain. In my own country, we have forgotten, and we have so much work to do, right? So I'm so thankful for you that you're keeping this memory alive. Right? So thank you. Muchas gracias.